insurance, press 1. If you are calling to reorder your supplies using our automated system, press 1. If you are calling because you received a statement, would like to make a payment or have other billing related questions, press 2. For diabetes related supplies, including blood glucose testing, insulin pump or CGM, press 3. For breast pumps or blood pressure monitors, press 4. For all other supplies, press 5. If you would like to reorder your supplies using our automated system, press 1. To set up a new account, please press 2. For an existing account, please press 3. If you would like to reorder supplies using our automated system, please press 1. For assistance with incontinence and urological supplies, please press 2. For assistance with enteral nutrition supplies, please press 3. Thank you for calling J&B Medical. This call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes.
Thank you for calling J&B Medical. My name is Caleb. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
I don't actually know who you have the pleasure of speaking to. However, I'm not calling about a pleasure call. I am Jasmine Renee Davis. This is an official call.
Huh? Are you calling for yourself or someone under your care?
What is the problem with you? What is your problem?
I greeted you. I greeted you kindly, and you said this is an official call, and you don't know who I have the pleasure with. I'm not too sure what you meant by any of that.
Okay, and so what do you take my attitude as then?
I truly honestly don't know.
Okay, but is it your job to be kind or is it your job to just be a professional and not place discrimination or judgment on me?
It's to be pleasant and professional.
Okay, and did I tell you that I have any care or respect toward any other way other than just having a general conversation? I didn't pass any sort of discrimination towards you whatsoever. So what is the problem? I told you, you said, who do you have a pleasure of speaking with? I answered your question
And you
accurately
said it was.
and appropriately. I
You
answered
said
your
it wasn't a
question.
pleasure.
No, 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 no. It is not. But I did not say, I'm telling you right now, I don't know who you have the pleasure of talking to. And that is a real response, and that is the truth. I'm not here to play around. You sit up there and you have a template or whatever and you talking. You need to realize the words that are coming out of your mouth, and then you apply that to your job accordingly instead of just being in some kind of automatic shift and trying to make me look stupid. That is inappropriate. I answered your question accurately. And if you could not handle that, then you need to really understand what it is that how you are using your words and not just use your words just to be saying something and actually hear what you're saying. Do you know what pleasure is?
I
What is the definition of pleasure so
uh
that I can answer your question
having
accordingly? What is your
having a nice in the context of my occupation, just having a pleasant conversation, making sure I'm able to give you the service that you're needed.
Okay, and so you found it most appropriate to ask me that before you even I can even answer that question and to even determine if it was pleasure or not? And I already have my intention set that this is not a pleasure call. This is just an official call. What is the problem with that? If it was, it came to be a pleasure, then it would have been a pleasure. But I had just literally got on the phone with you. I didn't attack you. I'm just answering your questions accurately. And I find it highly inappropriate to constantly have to deal with this sort of conversation when I call you all. Yes, you say that, but you are not in any position to change the way that I am, and whatever punctuality is there, it is there. But you all are not in control of my life, and I'm starting to realize that it must be something that you all are trying to do And it's really unsuitable because you are not to dictate me and to control my responses. You're not in an ownership position. You have to realize that you're going to talk to somebody and you are discriminating. There is a diversified amount of people who are always going to call if you have the kind of business that you have. I call about some diapers. Okay? And for me to have to go through this sort of thing, it is inappropriate. If you are not comfortable, then you have to evaluate yourself in a way that you are reasonable. I am reliable on my own self. I have confidence in how I speak because I'm careful about how I talk. And that is my strategy today on this call. Okay? And I'm going to tell you that. Because for me to let you know that it is not a pleasure call, that was the utmost professionalism that I could have ever said to you on this phone. And to the highest regard for myself, my son, and this phone call, and the insurance, and me being able to pay you all every dollar back from these damn diapers that I get from my son. You understand that? I have enough reliability for myself to not have, I can handle this call without having to announce that it's a pleasure call or say that it's all that. It's not. You can keep your pleasantries, I understand that, but your actions is showing that it was not a pleasure intention at all. Because the way that you replied to me showed a lack of sustainability and intrusive in my environment, and I don't appreciate that. I am not on your level. I'm my own person. And I'm not going to continue to be belittled. And because someone expects me because of this kind of, okay, yes, I understand that I am in a position of poverty. Okay, but that does not mean that you can discriminate against me and assume that I'm stupid or some kind of like I'm lacking or I'm at a deficit or that I'm trying to insult you or take anything from you. I'm not here to manage or mismanage you. I am confident in my awareness and my social capabilities. And I understand that you may be at any kind of level of entry or whatever the situation is, but I am a natural being. And I'm not going to sit up on this phone and pretend. I call for a particular reason, and I would appreciate if I can carry through this call and handle my matters. I just actually got off of the phone with somebody else, and I did not call to attach that information to this call. But as a consistency of you all saying that this is your professionalism, I have a problem that I have to literally fight with you all just to talk about simple matters of things that will consist on security for my own son. I'm not the one to sit up here and be brushed off. If you want to have the conversation, I'm the one. I'm going to have that conversation. I don't get tired. I have a reply for everything that you have. I don't match your energy. I come with my own energy. And I appreciate it, but you all aren't giving me anything for free. You are getting paid. And this is a battle that I have to face that you should never have to. That wasn't anything. You don't handle my bills. You don't handle anything to do with these diapers that are being delivered or that I called to see if they were delivered today in particular. It's just a constant thing that you all seem to not even show up to work. I'm not calling a dating service. I'm not asking to communicate with you all in that sort of situation. I'm not trying to do anything to get into your space or whatever. I am a private being, independent, calling a business for a service. Are you all some type of organization where you all talk about a membership, this and that? I don't understand how you all call it a membership if you are just getting paid just as well if I go to a department store or something like that to buy a bag of diapers or a box of diapers. How I don't have to be a member. So you all have to explain to me, as I've asked you previously, what is this membership all about and why do you call it a membership? I am the one to talk to about the proper information, but you are not going to bully me and be intrusive to me, and you are not going to inappropriately fondle me in a way through your communication and your pleasures and your cause. If you have a pleasure, I answer the question appropriately. Okay? And whether you understand it or not, that is up to you to decide. You literally took away from the enlightenment to even you talk about, okay, whatever. I have a specific greeting or a salutation that my name is Jasmine Renee Davis. I am calling about my son's order, his shipment for his diapers. I have different categories and different things. Not necessarily that he has to be incontinent, but that is where he is right now, where he wears diapers. That does not mean that he has something broken inside of him. He is just growing on his own. He does not have to be the same as anyone else. And I don't find it a pleasure to have to call you about something like this, because for what? Why does it have to be a pleasure? Your definition of pleasure is not even the same definition of pleasure that I have. You talking about you want some automatic stuff. I didn't get the memo. Nobody told me that there's a template. I do not have some kind of syllabus that I have to go off of and do anything like that to be able to talk to you all. I don't have any membership pamphlet. I don't have anything about your rules or your regulations or whatever. I am not a member with you all. But I do not appreciate the way that you all answer your calls and how you all just sit up there clubbing around there and doing all the things that you are doing. It's inappropriate to me. It's unethical, it's unprofessional, and it's a professional misconduct. And you all are going to have to answer to that for such a sensitive matter as me calling about some diapers. Rocket scientists and other people, there's so many people that wear diapers, it don't make any sense. So I'm not going to allow your discrimination. I'm not going to allow you to pick and choose and try to say what it is and what it's not, how you can talk to me, even though it's a poverty situation. And if you must know, my son is being forced on public aid through this insurance, and I don't care for him to want to be on insurance. I have asked you all about ways to buy my stuff. I have been through different situations, and this is not something that I'm holding against you, and I will not be held hostage on it. But I have now come to this part in the point of the conversation to inform you that although it is a poverty situation, it does not have to be that. And you may not post or pass judgment on me. You reply, if you had a problem and asking me, you should have tried harder if the pleasure is what you are looking for. It is not my responsibility to turn you on or do anything like that. And you will not put me in a position of a matter where it's like I'm at some kind of disadvantage to call you all as if I am a nuisance or that it is some kind of issue or something that I am causing you not to be able to do your job. It's inappropriate. For 13 minutes, I'm trying to explain to you. And I'm happy to. But you do not measure me. I have my own level of intelligence. I have my natural ability and my capabilities that I am most happy about. And I'm not going to be some average person and I don't even identify as a human. A human is from a species of a thing as a monkey. Too many people around here are accepting these things and being bunched and all that different stuff. If you want to talk about pleasure. There are people around here that don't even identify as human beings because of the neglect that it puts on somebody, the limitations and the risk that it puts. You're not going to put me at a disadvantage. So if you want some real information and you want to talk to me about some pleasure, I don't know if that's afforded in the position that you are working at the phone number that I have called to today. Okay? And I'm not calling you to look for that. I know what I'm doing. I'm not stupid, dumb, lazy, or crazy. I'm not out of my mind. I'm not insane. I am careful of what I'm doing and my approach. And I would appreciate if at once if I could call you all at J&B Medical and talk to someone that can be professional. You all asking me to constantly bear with you. Your nurse is calling me. If it's an appointment at 2:00, then it should be at 2:00. Don't call me at 1:30. You see what I'm saying? You all are intruding in my own life. You are trying to force me and be in, and then previous caller who answered the phone will try to tell me what language to use too. Oh, you all are in trouble. Whether or not you try to be kind, be kind. Be yourself. That's a problem.
I do apologize for setting you off, ma'am. I was just trying to be sincere as possible. I do want to assist you. I have your son's account pulled up already. As I was listening to you speak, you were just trying to check the status of his order, correct?
But what do you mean by setting me off?
Um, I just you were explaining to me how I have deeply upsetted you about my statement at the beginning, and like I said, I apologize for that. I just want to be able to assist you. That's all.
Okay, what's your name?
My name's Caleb.
Caleb, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I'm going to say a few points here to you, and I speak life, okay? So that's the first thing. And so as far as you, I'm not calling for you to assist me. I got to do my own thing, okay? I appreciate you all just being able to sell some diapers, but you did not upset me, okay? First of all, you did not, I never told you that. Your interpretation of everything I said is not for you to grab it as if I'm beating up on you. That is not the course here. That is not my intention. Okay? I have an elaborate amount of volume in my language that I speak. I speak life. I speak through experience. But not only that, I speak through strength, natural ability. This is not a pretend thing. This is not something that is practice. I don't have a script or any of that. So I come genuinely. Okay. And if that's what you are saying, like you want to be sincere about an issue, then when I call, understand that I'm going to reply appropriately. Okay. That is my only requirement, to be myself. I don't have any chains holding me. I don't have any restrictions about the laws, or nobody is going to tell me how to use my language. You're not going to discriminate. You're not going to tell me what I can and cannot say. And you definitely won't tell me how to feel. This is not that. And as I said already, for you to take what I said as if, you know, it was violence, if that is what you're saying, or that you have did something. No, 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 no. What you did was cause a problem. Okay? What you did was made an issue. And then you added to that by saying you set me off, as if you are provoking me, as if again, and I already asked you, you are not in control. You did not do anything. I came from my own point of view. I did not ask you. You did not. No, no, no. My reply came from strictly from me, from my own point of view.
My apologies on that. I'm sincerely sorry about it. I'm so sorry. I should check myself.
And like I said, I speak life. Okay. And so that's the problem when I'm keeping it real, and I am real. And if I'm calling, this is an awesome situation where I'm calling to be able to get stuff for wherever my son is and whatever he wants to do. Okay. He is in control of his life. All I can do is manage some of his situations. Tyrell Edward Morris is in control, and he's going to continue to be in control of his own life. And if he is, that's where he is right now. That is where he is right now. And you all have a service. Like I said, it's not about you all controlling me or to divide and to conquer. This is not what this is about. I just tell you, hey, this is what it is. That's just like if someone says, hey, would you rather have $1 trillion or $1 million? I'ma say I don't want to put a limit on it, but if I can make $1 trillion, I'ma make $1 trillion and turn it into $10 trillion. I'm not going to limit my language. I'm not going to stop myself and dumb down or be stuck on stupid. That's what I'm saying. And I appreciate the information. So his date of birth is December 28, 2011. Do you have that? Phone number 1262-505-7137. Do you have all that information?
Yes, the account is pulled up now.
Okay. And so I want you to verify if the shipment was sent out for his pull-ons for today, please.
Yes, it was shipped out and is with FedEx currently, so you should receive it within the next few days or so.
Can you tell me exactly what brand of pull-on did you send out? Because there was one where you all had sent a text message to my mother's phone, and so she had already made an order. But then I had called back to get something of a different absorbency, which what is your position of your job? What's the name of your
Customer service representative.
Okay, so like as far as the customer service representatives, you all can only order a specific like degree of product. And so the person who I talked to previously told me that you all had ordered the most absorbent product that you all could order. However, you're a nurse, one of someone on your staff, like your employees or whatever, your coworkers, that is called a nurse, not my nurse, but a nurse, that someone that calls himself a nurse would be able to order something far more absorbent and a different grade or things like that. So that's why I'm asking you, can you tell me which one was sent out, please? So I can make sure the appropriate one was. And if not, then you have to get the appropriate one sent out.
So as of now, it's just the Prestos. Yes, I see the note for you speaking with the nurse. Um, no, pass, Presto, mark request possibly off formulary, allow.
Can you tell me about the note with the speaking to your nurse? What does that say?
Um, from this one, it says client's mom was requested to speak to the nurse regarding pull-ons. Called mom, who said she was busy to call her at 1. Will follow up, reviewed account, and client had the following pull-ons on their work order. Um, Noted child sizes in the past, samples received 2025, and then says CSR from BDI loaded Prestos today. I'm requested possible off formulary allowables. So currently they're looking into seeing what they can do to get to get you off formulary products.
But
The
there's
one
a
nurse that
different
you
one that
spoke
was
with.
ordered. No, because you all sent the ones that he had previously been getting. That's inappropriate because I called and you all had, she changed the shipment and she told me it'd be sent out on the 16th. And it would not be the same ones that he would be getting. What size is it that you all sent out?
They're 2XLs currently.
Okay, so that then okay, because he was last month. What does it say that he had gotten for
For last
November,
month,
for the
they were
previous month,
they were
actually,
extra
please?
large tranquilities.
Okay, so that's why I said, that's why I asked you. Okay, so then that was updated. I appreciate that information. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.